Hello students, welcome to AriserTalent. As you know, we are studying very important chapter that how do organisms reproduce. In this lecture, I am going to tell you human reproductive system. As I told you that humans are unisexual, means males are different in structure totally from the females. Okay, so here we are going to talk about them. Let's start. First of all, that humans are unisexual. Okay, means male sex is totally different from the female sex. Okay, now they both have some primary sexual characters and some secondary sexual characters. What are they actually? Primary and secondary sexual characters are present in both male and female. Okay, these are present in both male and female. Fine. So, what are primary sexual characters? If we talk about primary sexual characters, then these are the characters which are present at the time of the birth itself. Okay, primary sexual characters are present at the birth. Okay, but secondary sexual characters develop after puberty. Okay, secondary sexual characters develop after puberty. Now, what is this puberty? Puberty is the age in males and females that at that time reproductive organs are mature, means gonads are ready to produce gametes and they secrete sex hormones. Okay, so what is puberty? Puberty means this is the age, or we can say in this age human males, in this age human males and females reproductive organs become mature and gonads are ready, or gonads become mature and gonads produce gametes and secretes sex hormones. And thus boys and girls become mature. Okay, and thus boys and girls become sexually mature. Okay, so this is known as puberty. What is puberty? Puberty is the age of male and female at the time reproductive organs are active and gonads produce generally gametes. Like in the male they produce what? They produce male gamete like sperms, and in the females they produce ova. Okay, and as well as they secretes sex hormones. In the male the gonads release testosterone, and in the females they release estrogen or progesterone. Fine. So this age is known as puberty. Now we will talk about the what are these. As I told you that the secondary sexual characters develop after the puberty. So what are these sexual characters? Let's talk about them. Secondary sexual characters in male. secondary sexual characters in male. What are they? Generally what happened, first character if you want to talk here, that is enlargement of penis and scrotum. Enlargement of penis and scrotum. Okay, then we can say deepening of voice, broadening of shoulders, extra hair on chest, face and in the armpits. Okay, broadening of shoulders, deepening of voice, okay, extra growth of extra hair, growth of extra hair on face, okay, pubic hair, and extra hair on chest, and in the armpits. Okay, so these are the secondary sexual characters which develops in the male after the puberty. Now we will talk about secondary sexual characters in the female which develop after puberty. So what happens actually, as the female reaches in the age of puberty, then we can say that broadening, or we can say growth of breast or pelvic hair, growth of pubic hair, okay, and hairs in armpits, in the armpits, okay, broadening of growth of breast, growth of breast, okay, then broadening of pelvic or thickness of butts or thighs, thickness of butts and thighs. Okay, generally these are the common characters which generally develops in the female. These are the secondary sexual characters which develops in the female after the age of puberty. Okay, now we will talk about the reproductive systems of male and female. Let's talk about male and female reproductive system. Here we can see there is a male reproductive system in which we can see, already you have studied about in the junior classes, but let's talk here about again as it is in the syllabus. Male reproductive system, generally it has 5 main parts. What are they? Testis, okay, scrotum, vas differences, here we can see vas differences, okay, this is the vas differences, this pink one, and then urethra and penis, okay. So what are the main parts of the male reproductive system? Male reproductive system. Okay, so what are the main parts of male reproductive system? Main parts of or main organs of male reproductive systems are main organs of male reproductive system are number 1 testis, okay, then we can say scrotum, okay, vast difference, here we can say vast difference, then urethra, here this is urethra, this part is known as urethra, and penis, okay, and penis. So these are the main organs of male reproductive system. Now let me explain you. Here we can see testis. Generally one pair of testis is present in the male reproductive system, okay, and generally these what is the function of that? Generally these testes secretes the male sex hormone, that is testosterone, as well as the formation of sperms take place in the testis. Now we can see that these testes are present in the sac-like structure. This is known as scrotum. Okay, generally this scrotum is extra abdominal. It does not survive in the abdominal cavity. It is extra abdominal, means it is outside the abdominal cavity, and it generally hangs between the legs. Why it is so? Generally it is known as thermoregulator because it maintains the temperature for the testis, okay, for the formation of sperms, and generally the temperature inside the scrotum is generally 1 to 3 degree below than the normal human body temperature, okay. Now we can see here is the vast differences. This is the long tube. Here we can see this is a long tube, and generally what it does, it carries sperms from the testis to the hair, okay, or to the seminal vesicle. Fine. Then we will talk about the urethra. Here we can see this urethra is connected to the urinary bladder. This is the bladder part of the male reproductive system, and generally this urethra carries what? It carries urine from the bladder, as well as it is connected. Here we can see it is connected to the seminal vesicle also. So it brings sperm also from the seminal vesicle, and then it ends in the penis, okay. It passes through the anus and opens in the genital pore. Fine. Now then after that we will talk about the penis. Then penis is the muscular part of the male reproductive system, okay, and generally what the function of it is, generally it helps in the reproduction, okay. So first of all we will talk about testis. First of all, we will talk about testis. So, a pair of testes is present in the male reproductive system. A pair of testes is present in the male, okay. It helps in the formation of sperms. What are sperms? Sperms are the male gametes, okay. Here let me mention, sperms are male gametes, okay, and as well as it secretes male sex hormone, that is testosterone. Okay, it secretes male sex hormone, that is testosterone. So this is the function of testis. Generally it is situated in the scrotum. Testes are present in the scrotum. Okay, now next we will talk about scrotum. Next is scrotum. What is scrotum? Scrotum is actually a sac-like structure, or it is a pouch of skin. It is a pouch of skin, hangs between the legs, okay, and present, and it is extra abdominal. It is extra abdominal. Okay. Generally, it is known as thermoregulator. Generally, it is means scrotum is also known as, or it work as thermoregulator. It work as thermoregulator. Okay, it maintains temperature for testis for the formation of sperms. Okay. Generally, temperature of it is 1 degree to 3 degree centigrade below to the normal body temperature. Why it is so? Actually, it is so because generally formation of sperms requires less temperature than the body temperature. Okay, this is the reason that the testes are found in the scrotum, which is extra abdominal, and it maintains the temperature, and then temperature is generally below the normal body temperature. Okay, and what happens, this is generally for the summers. What happens in the winter? In winter, generally the scrotum contracts and it comes closer to the legs, and generally it provides warmth to the testis by come in contact with the body temperature. Okay, this is all about the scrotum. Now we will talk about that vast differences. Next is vast differences. Vast difference. Okay, generally it is a tube-like structure. It is a long tube about 40 centimeter long. Okay. What is the function of this tube? It carries sperms from testis to the seminal vesicle. Okay. Here we can see this is seminal vesicle, and it is bringing this vast difference carries the sperms which are produced here in the testis. It carries sperms from testis to the seminal vesicle. Okay. It is a long tube about 40 centimeter long. It carries sperms from the testis to the seminal vesicle. Okay. So this is the function of vas deferens. Now we will talk about what? We will talk about urethra. Here this is urethra. Next is urethra. What is urethra? Urethra is also a tube-like structure. This is generally 20 centimeter long, and what it does, generally it is connected from, it arises from urinary bladder and goes to the penis. Okay, the function of it is to carry urine from the bladder, as well as it is connected with the seminal vesicle also, and it carries sperms from the seminal vesicle. Okay, so urethra, it is a tube about 20 centimeter long, it arise from urinary bladder and pass through penis, and opens in the end as genital pore. Okay, it carries urine from urinary bladder to the penis. Okay, and this urethra is also connected to the seminal vesicle. Urethra also carries sperms from seminal vesicle to the penis. Okay. Okay, so here we talked about urethra. Now we will talk about the last main important organ of this male reproductive system, that is penis. Okay, generally this penis, we can see this is a long and thick muscular organ which is present in the male. Okay, generally it is made up of erectile tissues. Fine, let's talk about penis. Next is penis. Okay, so penis, here we can mention it is long. It is long and muscular organ made up of erectile tissue. Okay, the tip of penis is made of glans penis, which is covered with loose folds of skin. Okay, fine. This is all about the penis. At the time of sexual excitement, it fills with means erectile tissues filled with get filled with blood and penis become large in size, or penis become large in size, or penis erect, okay, and penis erect, okay. When penis is injected into the, when the penis is at the time of sexual excitement, it is filled with the blood, okay. When this penis is injected into the vagina, or when it comes in the contact with the vagina, then it release sperms in the vagina and it cause the reproduction, okay. So this is all about the penis, okay. So let's revise here about the male reproductive system once again. Male reproductive system generally consists of 5 parts: testis, scrotum, vas deferens, urethra and penis, okay. Testis is the part where the formation of sperms take place, as well as the male sex hormones are secreted here. These are known as testosterone. Scrotum is the pouch of skin which is generally extra abdominal, okay. It maintains the temperature for the testis for the formation of sperms. Vas deferens is a long tube like structure, okay, which carries what? Which carries sperms from the testis to the seminal vesicle. Fine. Then urethra, if we talk about urethra, urethra is also a long tube, generally 20 centimeter long. It generally arises from the urinary bladder, and it carries what? It carries urine from the urinary bladder and passes to the penis, as well as it is connected to the seminal vesicle, and it brings sperms from the seminal vesicle, and then it passes through the penis, and generally these sperms are injected into the vagina of female. Fine. Then penis, here we can see this penis is the long muscular structure. Generally it is made up of erectile tissues. When the male feels sexual excitement, then these get filled with the blood and the penis erects, okay. So this is all about the male reproductive system. Hope everything is clear to you. Thank you.